New cars at Midway Chev because of our huge selection and low prices. We have Novas, Celebrities, Camaros, Cavaliers, even air-conditioned Spectrums for only $79.95. And factory cash back on most models up to $600. I'll see to it that you're satisfied with your new purchase at Midway Chevrolet. You have my word on that.
Midway Chev, University Avenue, St. Paul.
You could run, but you couldn't hide from this morning's much appreciated downpour. The storm details are next.
WCCO Television presents Dave Moore, Colleen Needles, Mike Fairborn, and Mark Rosen. This is the 6 p.m. report.
Good evening, everyone, from the Democratic National Convention in Atlanta, where the balloting is set to begin this evening. The Minnesota delegation is expected to follow the lead of the rest of the convention and select Michael Dukakis as its choice for president. We'll hear from some of the delegates in just a moment, but first, Don Shelby and Dave Moore are standing by in the Twin Cities with the rest of the day's news.
Thanks a lot, Colleen. Good evening, everyone. Minnesota got a much-needed dose of drought relief today.
Yep. Skies opened up as a storm system moved across much of the state, including the Twin Cities. About 1.5 inches of rain fell into our rain gauge in downtown Minneapolis. Officially, at the Twin Cities International Airport, about 1/3 of an inch was recorded.
But here's the interesting news. Despite pleas for conservation, there's word tonight that water use in the Twin Cities has actually gone up. In July of last year, Minneapolis and suburbs that buy water from it were using 95.5 million gallons a day. But so far this July, the same area is using 122 million gallons a day. And the story is much the same in St. Paul, which last July used 65 million gallons of water per day. This year, St. Paul has been averaging 87 million gallons per day. Now, despite sprinkling restrictions, officials say many people continue to water their lawns and gardens, fill their swimming pools, and take more showers during this hot weather. United States Agriculture Secretary Richard Ling will visit the Dennis Trout Farm near St. Cloud tonight. He will be accompanied by Governor Perpich. Ling is on a 3-day tour of drought-damaged areas in 10 states. Trout says that his 170-acre farm will produce no corn crop this year, and it may be of only marginal value as silage.
Today, police identified the woman found shot to death yesterday in New Hope. She was 26-year-old Kathy Nesser. A suspect, a 31-year-old Randy Don Landon, remains at large. Have a couple of local business notes. 3M reports record second quarter income of $309 million. That is up nearly 30% over last year. Honeywell says its second quarter earnings, $31.6 million, were down substantially from last year. Today, Carson Perry Scott, new owners of the former Donaldson stores, unveiled a multi-million-dollar ad campaign. The new ads are aimed at getting Twin Cities shoppers accustomed to the new name. The ads are based on a similar campaign that was said to be quite successful in Chicago. Earlier this week, Dayton said it will build 2 new stores in the Twin Cities, in part due to that increased competition.
Minnesota's medical industry got a boost this afternoon with the opening of the new Medical Enterprise Park out in Coon Rapids. It is the nation's first industrial park devoted exclusively to medical product companies. Well, it seems the summer flu has hit the Twin Cities once again, and doctors at Minneapolis Children's Hospital say they are seeing an increase in the number of sick children under 2 years of age. But, as Health and Science reporter Tony Vigneri explains, this summer virus appears to be hitting people of all ages.
Viruses don't spread as easily in the summer because we're outdoors more often. But nonetheless, they do get around, and they are making the rounds in the Twin Cities.
I've seen a fair number of people with just achiness, fever, a lot of lethargy, and those types of symptoms.
The clinics are getting a lot of calls about the virus because while the same virus may be passed on from person to person, the symptoms can vary.
Doctors say this virus is really no different than the some 200 viruses that make the rounds each year. For this one, the symptoms include fever, aching muscles, chills, and headaches.
It's the type of thing you just have to work your way through. I've had some people take a day or two off of work. The kids usually will self-regulate their behavior and are bounce back pretty quickly.
Dr. Komodo says this virus will generally not affect the respiratory tract, although younger children may get a sore throat. Tony Vigneri, WCCO Television News, Minneapolis.
And the doctors say if you get this virus, it's going to take you 3 to 5 days to get rid of it. Now, tonight is the night that the Democrats go through the formality of choosing their presidential candidate. In a moment, we're going to find out how Minnesota's delegates will vote.
And we will learn how an office dispute brought Hennepin County Sheriff's deputies out onto a picket line today. We'll be right back.
What's a busy family like you making for dinner?
We are making
a phone call.
Kick off your shoes, let down your hair, loosen your tie, sit back in your chair, call the order in and we're on our way. Luscious lasagna ready to heat, tender grilled chicken you can't wait to eat. Call the order in 'cause we cooked all day.
Now get delicious meals delivered free in 30 minutes, ready to heat in your microwave or oven. Call 942-9500.
Call the order in and we're on our way.
Nissan hard-body trucks are put together the way truck people want a truck put together. And now Nissan has put something else together. Hard-body trucks and cash. For a limited time, you can get up to $700 cash back on hard-body trucks. Two-wheel drives, four-wheel drives, long beds, king cabs, the works. So if you're looking for a tough truck, now's the time to get yourself a hard-body and a fistful of dollars.
Catch our world champion Minnesota Twins in action when they host the Baltimore Orioles July 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And here's a special bonus. Friday, July 22nd, this baseball card collectibles book from Surf Detergent is free to the first 40,000 fans. This treasure of Twins trivia features baseball cards of your favorite players, past and present, reproduced with summaries of every Twins season, courtesy of Surf. Tickets to all Twins games are on sale at Dayton's, the Twins Pro Shop, the Metrodome, or call the Twins today.
He saves lives, he saves planets. And now, you can save at the July Sidewalk Sale at Eden Prairie Center. Superman appears live July 21st.
It's not exactly an original thought, but I'll say it anyway. If last night belonged to Jesse Jackson, then tonight has to belong to Michael Dukakis.
And Skip, in less than 3 hours, the balloting will begin, and in less than 4 hours, we should know the results. And those results will likely resemble the expected voting pattern in the Minnesota delegation. The majority, 57, are expected to go to the caucus, but 29 Jackson loyalists are expected to stick by their candidate. And there are still about a half dozen Minnesotans who have yet to make up their mind or at least announce their voting intentions.
And to find out what they're going to do tonight, or hopefully to find that out, let's go down to Alan Cox in the Minnesota delegation. Alan?
Skip, I've got one of those undecided delegates, John Temke from St. Paul, a union official. He decided 90 minutes ago it was kind of a conversion on the road to the Omni, I think, right, John?
Correct.
What did you decide?
I decided to support Jesse Jackson out of respect for his position, in support of the working men and women of this country, standing on the picket lines, supporting them. I am voting for Jesse Jackson for president.
Why did you wait that long? Why was it a hard decision?
Both men are outstanding, and both have excellent records for the working men and women of this country. But Jesse just did an outstanding job, and I had to show respect and appreciation for what he has done.
Did you get a lot of pressure from either side?
No, I did not.
Just left you alone?
They left me alone.
Did the speech sway you at all last night?
The speech was impressive and certainly helped, but it's his actions over so many years of speaking out for men and women and the workers of this country.
Thank you, John Temke, a sudden Jackson delegate. I think that makes it 57 Dukakis in Minnesota, 30 Jackson now, and 3 pro-life anti-abortion delegates who refuse to say how they're going to vote come time. And I think that brings us up to 90. We'd have 91 votes here if Governor Perpich were here. And that's the story you should hear later on tonight, unless there's some more last-minute changes. Skip,
Alan, one quick question, Alan. Where will those 3 pro-life delegates go? Both candidates are pro-choice.
The choice, of course, is that they can make some sort of a protest vote for a different candidate, do something else, cast their vote in a way that might be embarrassing to either of the two parties. One of those delegates has said he plans to vote Republican in the fall anyway, or probably will vote Republican come November.
Okay, Alan, thank you. More than 13,000 journalists have been accredited to this wing ding, and you can tell some of them, or at least who they are, by the hardware they carry. You can tell nearly all of them by the footwear they're wearing, though. Covering conventions means spending long hours on your feet, and the fashion of the day seems to be Reeboks. Adidas are second, Nikes are third, and who knows from there? I got cowboy boots on.
Skip, we're going to all have to slip into our track shoes in order to keep track of the voting here. That starts at about 9 o'clock Twin Cities time. We're going to have the results from the convention and especially the Minnesota delegation. That's tonight. Don?
Thank you very much, Bo. Several Hennepin County deputy sheriffs picketed outside the government center today to protest what may seem like, to other people, a small issue. Fingernails, to be exact. According to the department rules, Deputy Danielle Rogers' nails are 1/4 inch too long. Rogers says her union should have the right to help set guidelines for things like the length of fingernails, but Sheriff Don Omont contends Rogers' refusal to trim her nails is no small matter. He says it amounts to insubordination.
What is at stake is not per se the length of the fingernails, but rather the power and the authority of the sheriff to set reasonable policy for his employees as to safety and grooming and other important public safety issues.
Tomorrow, the county and the deputies union will go to court to hammer out an agreement on the length of Deputy Rogers' nails.
Today, the city of Dallas released a list of 9 finalists for their chief of police job opening, and Minneapolis Chief Tony Boza's name is not on it, which ends speculation that Chief Boza might have been in the running for the job. His term here expires at the end of the year. He is not talking about his job search. After 33 years, one of Minneapolis's most respected and visible cops is turning in his badge. Most visible because not only has Jack McCarthy served as police chief and precinct chief, but has headed up just about every unit in the police department. Mrs. McCarthy was a gleeful presence, you may be sure, at the retirement bash for her husband today, as was the captain's immediate superior, with whom he has not always seen eye to eye.
It's about time. We're going to miss you, Jack. You always did an honest day's work and served the people well.
Am I going to swear at it, kid?
No matter who are Chief Boza's detractors, none will disagree with that statement.
The best news of the day came out of the skies. Thank you. Mark Strell will recall some of the happy moments and look ahead to tomorrow for a few more in just a moment.
At Kemp's, we never know when the inspiration for a unique ice cream flavor will strike us. This summer, it's peaches and cream, a delicious limited edition ice cream from Kemp's.
Regardless of where you're going or when you're going, chances are you'll come across a place like this. And that's good. Because this is the place that brings you good things. Good things you can't get anyplace else. Like high detergent, super clean, unleaded gasolines. With cash or credit at the same low price. And it brings you one more thing. Something no one else can.
The red tags let you know red hot selling days are here.
Red tag sale days are going on now at your Greater Metropolitan Pontiac dealers.
Choose from a great selection of hot selling new Pontiacs.
Sticker prices have been even on Pontiac Grand Prix, Motor Trend's Car of the Year. Now from $12,539. Plus get $500 cash back.
You may never see sticker prices this low again.
Don't miss red tag sale days now at your Greater Metropolitan Pontiac dealers.
There's the pitch. It's going deep. It's out of here.
No matter what you plan for the summer, Kentucky Fried Chicken has a hot double play special for you. Enjoy a 2-piece meal with the Colonel's tender fried chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy and coleslaw, only $2.49. Or the 12-piece special with large mashed potatoes and gravy and large coleslaw for $11.99. KFC has something special for every summertime occasion, and that's worth celebrating. The Colonel's new double play specials only at KFC.
We do chicken right.
At Kemp's, we've been working hard to make our new frozen yogurt 97% fat-free. Kemp's low-fat frozen yogurt in 4 natural fruit flavors, so smooth and refreshing, you won't believe it's only 80 calories a serving.
You know, Marcia Fleur was saying, she has gardens, you know, and she was saying that the kind of rain we got today was the most beneficial, the kind that comes, then goes, then comes and goes, and it came in different waves, so it gives the opportunity for the earth to soak up this water rather than have some bounce off.
That'll be good for 3 days for gardens, I'll bet.
I would think so.
She ought to be our garden reporter, don't you think?
I think so. Yeah. Put her on the garden beat. We'd have her out there with like the big killer tomatoes and the heads of lettuce. And,
you bet. She'd be great.
Yeah, we had kind of a natural sprinkler system going on today. In fact, 29 100s at the airport, and we'll show you the amounts that have been sprinkled throughout the Twin Cities coming up in just a moment. 70 degrees, our high temperature. Right now we're partly sunny and 65 degrees. The relative humidity at 73%. And the wind south at 7 miles per hour. The dew point at 56 degrees. Barometric pressure falling from 30.13 inches of mercury. As we mentioned, 70 the high. Now that's the coolest high temperature that we've had in the Twin Cities. Any guesses? May 17th. Average for this date, 83 degrees. Morning low at 58. 29 100s at Twin Cities International. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:46 and sunsets at 8:52. This is live National Weather Service radar, and we see kind of a weak line breaking up of some lighter showers moving to the west from Eau Claire down to La Crosse. Also another little line of showers from about the Red Wing area down to Rochester, continues to push further to the east. And right now, lost more or less in the ground clutter. There's a line of showers from Lake Minnetonka up to Anoka and kind of pushing through the Twin Cities metro area. So for tonight, there's a chance that we could see a little bit of rain on the parade, but it will mostly be the passing shower variety. Well, this is what's causing all of this. A little, what we call a vort max in the upper atmosphere. Sounds like a little furry creature, doesn't it? What it is a disturbance at about 18,000 feet, which is just kind of spinning like a little top. And you can kind of pick it out here on our satellite picture. And that's what's causing the showers, and that's what we think might pop up a few more showers as the night goes on, at least the early evening. So far today, Shoreview, 68 100s. Downtown, about 1.5 inches of rainfall. Pretty spotty stuff. 29 100s at the airport. Rogers and Golden Valley, about a ½ inch. Monticello, only 5 100ths of an inch of rainfall. Now, by tomorrow, this whole thing will continue to push further out to the south, further to the east. We should begin to clear out, especially by afternoon, bring us some sunshine. Most of the showers will be down in the southwest. A little bit of shower activity there. More showers along this frontal system. In fact, we can see up over a ½ inch of rainfall as all the moisture continues to push further to the south, further to the southeast. And temperatures tomorrow will continue to be quite nice. Temperatures will be in the 70s along most of the northern half of the state and 80s here in the Twin Cities. Here's our forecast for tonight. Still a chance of some showers early, but then clearing late, and we have a chance of some fog. Low tonight of about 57 degrees, winds northwest at 5 to 15 miles per hour. For Thursday, morning fog, then sunny skies, high of 82 degrees, and winds northwest at 5-15. Clear skies and cool, low of 55. You'll be able to throw open the sash again tomorrow night. Partly cloudy, comfortable on Friday, high temperature of 83. Extended forecast calls for partly to mostly sunny skies Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We'll warm up into the 90s over the weekend and cool down into the 80s on Monday. 2 to 3 inch drifts of marble-sized hail reported earlier today in Roseville.
No.
Yeah, serious.
2 to 3 feet?
No, inches. Did I say feet?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, these little marks, feet, inches, they look pretty close. I need my glasses.
Thank you very much.
Certainly.
By this time tomorrow night, Minneapolis downtown Ritz Hotel will be nothing but a shell, assuming that all of the furnishings will have been eaten up by the bargainers at that liquidation sale, which will include hundreds of Louis XV reproduction furniture pieces. For instance, a tall, standing, ornate clock. How about a gold-framed mirror? There will be several of those. And patio furniture will be there for the asking. And how about this lovely little chandelier for your, let's say, den? The liquidation sale begins tomorrow at 9 at the downtown Ritz on Nicollet Mall.
At the College of St. Thomas in St. Paul, there is a school for those who aspire to be outstanding place kickers. We'll look in on class in just a moment with Tony Parker.
There is one British automobile which has no need to sing its own praises.
So comfortable, so luxurious, so obviously meant for serious driving.
With the possible exception of the Concorde, no machine so nicely put together has ever before come out of England.
Starting, surprisingly, at around $22,000. It is the Sterling, the inevitable British road car.
The celebrating is non-stop at Iron World USA. Ride the trolley and train, stroll along the festival park, sample ethnic foods from all over the world, explore the history of the iron ore mining industry, plus children's shows and strolling musicians. But that's not all. Join Iron World USA as they proudly welcome Dan Seals in concert July 23rd. Performance times are 4 and 8 p.m. Tickets are just $4 with regular gate admission. Come celebrate with us 7 days a week at Iron World USA.
Make your driveway look new again during Menards Wise Buy sale. Save on crack fillers, prep seal, patching compound, and more on sale now. Protect your driveway with Driveway Sealer. It applies easily with brush or roller to seal the surface from sun and rain, gas and oil spills, even winter salts. On sale now in big 5-gallon pails. Just $4.98. Make a wise buy and driveway care at Menards.
Helping you build America's heartland at Menards.
If the Democratic choice for president is clear, the role of Jesse Jackson is not.
What influence will Jackson have on the party's platform and ticket?
And now that Minnesota has no national candidates, where does the DFL stand in the eyes of the Democratic Party?
Join WCCO Television's Colleen Needles, Skip Loescher, Pat Kessler, and Alan Cox for coverage of the Democratic National Convention.
Tonight on a special 10 p.m. report.
All on WCCO Television.
Channel 4.
Just by sitting still today, the Twins gained a half game on Oakland.
Yeah, well, it may be tougher than that tonight when Clemens pitches. Some good news. Oakland lost.
Right.
But the bad news is that Clemens pitches tonight, but we'll talk about that in a minute. The Twins were victimized, a little leftover news from last night, by the tall man. Yes, sir, you know the tall man. Former Twin Mike Smithson, released by the Twins during the off-season, and he gained a measure of revenge last night in a Boston Red Sox uniform. The 6'8" Smithson slammed the door on the Twins completely for 6 1/3 innings. Bob Stanley replaced the big guy in the 8th, and the two combined for a nifty 3-hit shutout. The final score 5-0. Now, it doesn't get any better tonight or any easier. Smithson is the last man in the Boston Red Sox rotation. Roger Clemens is the ace, and he'll pitch for Boston tonight. The Twins will try to avoid a 3-game sweep by sending Charlie Lee to the mound. Don't be surprised if those Twins bats don't get going against Clemens. They like that fastball of his, if it's rising just a bit when it gets to home plate. The Twins picked up a half game in Oakland today without throwing a pitch. Cleveland, scoring here, jumped to a 5-0 lead, and the A's this afternoon out west, then held off a late-inning rally to win it 5-4. Jerry Steinbach continues to swing the big bat for the A's. He got a solo home run, but it wasn't enough. So the Twins are now just 5 games out. 2 games in the American League today. Cleveland 5, Oakland 4, and Kansas City beat Milwaukee 4-0 in 13. San Francisco manager Roger Craig had to be thrilled with Will today. Will Clark, that is. Clark hit his 21st home run of the year to highlight a 3-hit performance. The Giants knocked the National League's winningest pitcher, Greg Maddux, out of the box after just 5 innings. San Francisco winning it by a big score. 2 games in the National. St. Louis beat L.A. 8-7, and there's the score. San Francisco 12 and the Cubbies 2. So you want to be a kicker in the NFL, maybe the college ranks? Well, for young kickers who have a vision of kicking maybe that last-second winning field goal, there's a place to develop those skills. The College of St. Thomas is the site of the Ray Pelfrey Pro Kicking School. The main focus there on the 3-day camp is to teach technique to the young kickers and punters who are serious about a football future.
If a high school kicker does not come in now and get professional help, it's very difficult for those young men who are self-taught to become high-level scholarship potential kickers.
Instructions break each kicker's skills down and to help them out in the latest techniques. And, of course, there are other things that they teach there besides that, emphasizing the mental approach.
We like to get them to mentally visualize and put themselves into a situation with the crowd roaring and, you know, the snap and the hold, and like to get them mentally themselves individually to visualize those situations, you know.
Young John Christian of Albert Lee, an All-Southwest Conference golfer at Rice University, won the 85th Minnesota State Amateur Golf title at Minneapolis Golf Club today. Christian came up with a too short here, a little bit short here, I say a tad, as he got a fine shot off the fringe. He started the day 2 under and tied with Jerry Down and Wabashaw, clipped 3 strokes off in the front 9, but then dropped 5 in the back 9, but still got a par 72 to go 2 under 214 and win the 54-hole tourney. Dahlin there making a fine putt, finished up with a 76 today. He was at second, 218, and Ted Bodine of the host course was third at 220. Well, the seniors golf tournament wasn't finished up today. They didn't weren't able to really get a serious shot off that counted. Because of the rain, they called off the third round. But Bob Brew declared the winner because he was the leader yesterday, did show off some of his sharp tricks today. So other than the rain sending folks home early, that was it for the seniors.
That's the wonderful thing about being a senior golfer. When it rains, you don't have to continue tomorrow. Just quit. That's it. I'm ahead. I'm winning. Thanks, Tony.
Today, some Twin Cities children helped a friend celebrate his 60th birthday. We're going to look in on the festivities in just a moment.
A while back, loyal import owners wouldn't be seen looking at American cars. Now they're sneaking into their Better Buick dealer to check out cars like the stunning new Buick Regal. Now save up to $1,050 on a new Regal loaded with all these luxury and performance features. But hurry, this offer ends soon. The all-new 1988 Buick Regal. Bet you can't find a better car for the money. Welcome back, import owners.
The great American road belongs to Buick.
Well, it's like eating a bowl of strawberries.
Tastes like yogurt would if it could. Kiss her.
It has a fruitier taste. I really like it.
Tastes like peach and blueberry should. Kiss her.
New Kissel, a creamy blend of the same nutritious ingredients as yogurt, but without the sour taste. So you get more fresh fruit flavor.
Now this is good.
Tastes like yogurt would if it could. Kiss her.
Here's terrific news. Yugo's giving $750 cash back.
$750 cash on new 88 Yugos?
That's right, $750 cash back on the same tough Yugo that beat 40 competitors in the one lap of America.
You mean on top of Yugo's incredibly low price, you get $750 back on the spot?
That's the deal.
That's not a deal. It's a steal. Where do I go?
To your participating Yugo dealer right now. But hurry, this $750 cash back offer can't last.
It won't last.
This is Barney. He likes hamburgers, period. That's why I bring him to Baker Square. Mondays, he has the barbecue burger. On Tuesday, it's the bacon avocado cheeseburger. Wednesday, the Dijon burger with special mustard sauce. On Thursday, it's the Works burger with everything on it. It's his favorite. Friday, a simple cheeseburger. Me, I just like a salad and a nice piece of pie.
Baker Square. Come for the food, stay for the pie.
On Monday, it's apple pie. On Tuesday, it's French silk pie.
Here's your chance to go to Sweden for the ultimate tailgate party when the Vikings meet the Bears. Find out if you're a winner next during Wheel of Fortune here on Channel 4.
This was quite a day for some Twin Cities children who are spending their summer in the hospital. They were taken to the Radisson University Hotel this morning for a birthday party to honor Mickey Mouse. As we all know by now, Mickey is celebrating his 60th this year, and since the famous mouse is in the Twin Cities for the Aquatennial, he was able to attend the party in person. That is tonight's 6 p.m. report.
Good night, everyone.
While the salads most restaurants serve have an abundance of lettuce, they don't seem to have an abundance of much else. At Perkins, however, we make our 10 summer salads with generous helpings of the freshest ingredients to create masterpieces. Of course, while most art is for people to look at, you'll find a better use for ours. And now we'll serve your salad in 10 minutes or less, or your next one's free.
It's a celebration of savings during Snyder Drugstore's July Jamboree sale. Don't go anywhere without your Ever-Ready Energizer batteries in a variety of sizes, only $1.69. You save up to $1. Treat your hair with Revlon Flex Shampoo or Conditioner in assorted formulas. Get 3 for $4 during our Jamboree sale. Special prices on the Mead Wireless Neatbook. The snag-free notebook now just 67 cents. Look for your July Jamboree sale catalog for more savings at Snyder's, the old corner drugstore, for today.
It only happens once a year, so it's big. And Toyota is closing more truck deals than ever. On top of big factory-to-dealer incentives, special 4x4 options packages can also save you big money on options like chrome bumpers, styled steel wheels, tinted glass.
For a really big 4x4 deal,
splendid.
Toyota's really big sales event.
WCCO Television, Minneapolis, St. Paul, Channel 4.
Look at this studio filled with glamorous merchandise, fabulous and exciting bonus prizes, including the epitome of luxurious automobiles, a Jaguar XJ6 sedan. And you'll have the most popular backyard in the neighborhood with this San Juan fiberglass pool. Or for razzle-dazzle and some sparkle, too, an 18-karat sapphire and diamond ring. Plus thousands of dollars in cash. Over $215,000 just waiting to be won as we present our big bonanza of cash on Wheel of